am so ready for school to be done today. I'm checked the fuck out.
Sigh. I'm ready for all of today to be done. I'm also ready for tomorrow to be done, and the next day, and the next day.
Why are you talking to me? What are you even doing here?
I ask myself that question all the time. What am I doing here?
Can you stop already? What do you have to complain about besides the fact that no one likes you because you're always depressing for no reason?
And what exactly do you have to complain about, Everett? You started this.
Oh, fuck you. And to answer your question, your very existence makes me literally want to die. Painfully.
I feel the same way about me having to exist.
Fuck you.
Everett just can't win. We ganged up on him there. But I won't make you work with, Jeremy. I'll bring the old boyfriend in, though. Because I'm sure that's fine, right? Yeah, totally. Andrew sounds kind of familiar, but whatevs. We are gonna make it, somehow. I don't know how, but we're gonna. Yeah. I mean, there's not much else to do right now. I kinda got Swiffy Taffy and all that stuff. But, you know, we're at the end. It might just be quicker to click through these things than playing, like, however many hours of arcade games. Bye, Jeremy. Unhappy like usual, huh?
This isn't usual.
Then what's wrong?
We're playing touch football in gym today.
What's the big deal with that?
It doesn't feel good to always be one of the last picked for a team.
Then why don't you actually try playing the game? You're not some scrawny kid. Or why don't you just nicely ask one of the captains to pick you sooner? They could probably be convinced.
No to both.
Why? Don't you get how much someone like you could have if you tried at all?
I'm not here to impress others.
Then you can't complain.
You're wrong. I can still complain that I'm expected to play along for recognition.
You get recognition for something. How impossible you are.
I don't care.
I know. I'm just running into all the couples that hate each other's guts. For various reasons. It still sucks that my birthday isn't last, but I'll just have to do what I can to make our final birthday meeting fun. I can't remember what Nate does now. Oh, he goes for a run. Happy birthday, Nate! Sheesh, why are you being such a downer? Can't you get all worked up like normal? Okay, I get it. You're sad that we're almost done with these meetings. I know your pain, trust me, but you shouldn't waste the time left being so lame.
What are we doing for this meeting? The only activity I do on my birthday is that run, and I already did.
Right, we didn't go into detail about that. I actually needed some more time to think about it.
Have you come up with something?
Well, this is the only day of the year where Nate is comfortable letting others do things for him, so something for him is what we'll do.
And that something is?
I'd like to hear what Nate thinks. Is there anything specific you'd like from us?
No. I don't want this group to do anything for me. Most of you can't do anything right.
Oh, just pick something. Do you really want it to be up to Lynn?
Fine. You people can put on a play for me.
An interesting request. What? This is supposed to be a favor like doing your laundry or something. You can't make us do any crazy thing you think of.
I wouldn't trust a single one of you with my laundry, especially not Jerkette. At least with a play, when you inevitably fail, it won't bring more work on me. It might even be a little entertaining to watch, maybe. First Jeremy, and now you're acting like me? You're in a weird mood today. Whatever, I will be the star of this play.
That seems like it'll be a fun activity. Okay, I want to be the love interest.
You sure changed your tune fast. We're going to create and perform an entire play in one meeting. How reasonable.
We'll have to do without many normal staples of a play, but I think we can pull it off.
Alright, Nate. Since this is for you, how about you give us a small story prompt we can base the play story on? I want it to be a crime mystery. The main character will be a detective trying to solve a murder.
That's a little violent, but alright.
The murder already happened, it's fine. Wait, if this is going to be a mystery, it should stay a mystery until we act it out. Nate, leave the room. Fine with me. See you.
You shouldn't be alone for that long. I'll keep you company.
You're not going to be in the play? But you'd make a perfect innocent-seeming widow.
Sorry, I'm sure you'll manage with just the 6 of you. Let us know when you're ready.
If we must. I can't wait to see this play. Okay, audience, come on back in.
This is exciting.
Show us what you've got. This Mission Impossible music, okay. Our story is set on a rainy night at some time in some place. And begin. I'm a private detective. I was recently hired for a particularly unusual gig. An eccentric rich guy was paying me to listen to the idea he had for a mystery party he intended to throw at some point. It seemed easy enough until it became all too real when I arrived and discovered a real murder had just occurred. That's the Count, the guy who hired me. He made a fortune with some offshore business he prefers not to talk about. That's the mansion's errand boy. He's just some street urchin the Count is taking pity on. That's the Count's nephew. He's a spoiled thing who's here for a visit. That's the creepy head butler of the Count's mansion. Well, we all know who did it. He's been working for the Count for years and is a real mystery to everyone else in the town, and maybe even the Count, too. And that's the victim. Of course, it has to be the one that doesn't talk. A stab through the heart was the cause of death. He was a local artist who was supposed to sketch a portrait of the witness's description of the murderer at the Count's mystery party. The mansion was locked up for the night, and I have yet to find any signs of someone else here, so the 4 other men alive are my only suspects as of right now. I decided that I should interrogate each of them. The first on my list was the boy. So, boy, you work here for the Count.
Yes, I do, sir. The Count prefers not to leave his mansion, so I go to town for him. I have lists of things to get and messages to deliver. It means so much to me that the Count relies on me.
Where were you today?
Mostly in the kitchen and garden, sir.
Did you hear any sounds of struggle that could have come from the murder?
No, sir.
You were the one who discovered the body, correct?
Yes, sir.
I must say, you've been acting rather strange and uncomfortable today. Could you explain why?
Seeing that body there really shook me up, sir.
I'm afraid I saw you acting the same way even before the body was discovered. If the death truly is what's causing your jitters, that puts you in a pretty bad spot, boy.
I didn't kill anyone.
You don't know how to play it cool, do you?
No, sir, but I didn't hurt anyone. Honest.
Then you better tell me what the real cause of your unease is.
I made a mistake, sir.
Killing a man is a mistake in my eyes.
No! It was with an important job given to me by the Count. I knew he was going to find out today, and I was so worried over what he was going to say. But then all this happened. I'm sorry to say I am a bit relieved something came along to change the focus.
It's that important to you that you don't disappoint the Count?
Yes, sir.
Why not hide your mistake or blame someone else then?
I might have been tempted to do so if it was possible, but it was absolutely not for either of those options.
Interesting. That's enough for now.
Excuse me then, sir.
Now it was time to learn a little more about the guests of the house.
What is this about? I have nothing to say to you.
Unfortunately, I have some things I'd like to say to you.
Make it quick.
How quick it goes depends on how cooperative you are.
Stop your stalling and get to the point.
As you wish. Where were you today?
In town, and then my guest room here.
Did you hear any sounds of struggle that could have come from the murder?
Impossible. I wasn't anywhere near the scene until long after it was over.
When did you first discover someone had died?
There was a fuss from the boy, but I ignored it. Later that evening, the butler told me what happened. I don't know when that was.
Why are you here?
To visit my uncle. I told you so before.
Are the two of you close?
We are close enough.
How do you mean?
I'm the only guest that was allowed to stay here. He also handwrote my letter of invitation. I believe that is enough to prove I am more important to him than average.
I see.
Is that all you need?
For now.
Then pardon me.
After I was done with the nephew, I decided to talk to the butler. So, butler, you've known the Count for a long time, have you not?
I have worked for the master for 20 years.
That's a long time. You two must have quite a history.
I would do anything for my master.
The Count certainly inspires loyalty. The errand boy had similar things to say.
Yes, that boy.
Something wrong there?
It is not my job to speak on such things.
But you are obligated to help solve this crime.
Sometimes I question the master's decision to bring him into the mansion. I do not trust him. That is all I will say on that.
Fine. Where were you today?
I stayed at the master's side all day until the discovery of the body.
Did you hear any sounds of struggle that could have come from the murder?
No.
When did you first discover someone had died?
When the boy started screaming, I had the master stay in his office and ran to see what the commotion was.
I see. I'll speak to you again if I need to.
Goodbye.
With that, there was only one person left to interrogate, the Count himself.
Good evening to you, Detective.
Good. A man was murdered.
There is no excuse for being impolite.
Where were you today?
So many places.
Did you hear any sounds of struggle that could have come from the murder?
Not a one.
When did you first discover someone had died?
My butler went to check on our poor errand boy after he discovered the body. After he was sure the man was dead and there was no suspicious people around, he came to inform me.
Why weren't you with your guest? There is no excuse to be impolite, and yet you were nowhere near the man you had over.
Allow me to explain. It was at sunset. My butler and I were both in the parlor with the victim. He was here to do a practice sketch of me and was supposed to leave after that. When the sketch was finished, we said our goodbyes, and I went to my office to do some business. I was under the assumption he was escorted out. I suppose I should have seen him to the door myself.
Thank you. That will be all.
Farewell for now.
With my interrogations finished, I gathered all the suspects together to reveal the truth.
Have you finished with your game?
Yes, I believe it is obvious who the murderer is.
Really?
The murderer is... Crap, I have to pick. Is it good? Is one of them going to be the killer regardless? Or am I able to get this wrong? Because, I mean, in these stories, it's always the butler, but Shiloh's always the untrustworthy one, so it could have been him, and he found the body. Nobody here had a motive for killing this artist. I was hoping that the twist would be that we were the murderer all along, or that it was Nate watching in the audience. I want to save. I just want to, because I'm not sure if it's like, you know, there is a right answer, or if they all are the right answer. I'm gonna pick Everett just for funsies and see what happens. Just checking that you were paying attention. You just went and picked someone anyway. The actual murderer is the Count. That's crazy. Throwing around wild accusations is unbecoming. Then allow me to clarify it for you. Okay, fine. I'm fine with it. First, the errand boy. He was very distraught over some mistake he made. I'm certain that the mistake had to do with his job of... cleaning the house, obviously. Messages? Sending messages. Ooh. And that means? We'll get to that. It actually has to do with what I learned from you. Oh? Yes, nephew. His mistake becomes easier to understand when you consider what you said about... You had a handwritten letter, right? Your relationship to the Count. What's interesting about that? You made it clear that you were the only guest allowed to stay here, implying that there was meant to be more, and implying that it was unusual for the Count to send handwritten notes like the one he sent you. Meaning the other guests must have gotten their invitations from the errand boy. Something must have gone wrong with those invitations, and that is the mistake he is so concerned about. That is also why you're the only guest here. And that proves? It proves that something was supposed to be going on today. I believe it was something no good.
What makes you assume that?
You do. You don't like the errand boy very much, Butler. I'm sure I know why. It's because of his... ability to get jobs done, because you are an amazing butler that's been serving here for 20 years. Huh. And now that your guard is down, I'll say that it's really about his personality. Okay, so when I don't get the right thing, she's just like, and I will just pretend that I didn't say that. The errand boy is very loyal to the Count, but is totally lacking a poker face. You're worried about that, aren't you? Ah, because you're an accessory to the Count. I get it. I'm terrible at murder mysteries. That's not the type of disposition you should have in the house of someone who intends to murder. I still see no reason to suspect me. Then how about we look at the victim himself and... why he was here? That is interesting because... You may be eccentric, but you're not a fool. Who would hire an artist to do a test drawing on the night of the party itself? And what was he supposed to draw? Oh yes, the murderer. And who was he drawing shortly before being killed? Oh, that was you, wasn't it? Altogether, it points to one thing. There was meant to be a real murder as the center jewel of the mystery party that was supposed to be held tonight. That's all very interesting, but you can't prove your little assumptions. You need hard evidence. Well, I'm gonna find that hard evidence in the sequel. That's never going to happen, but we ran out of time in this one. Oh no. The end. Thank you! Thank you! So, what did you think? Amazing, I know. That was excellent. It was more decent than I was expecting. Bay was the obvious choice for the murderer, though. But wasn't he so obvious that you thought we'd go for someone else? No. Be nice, we worked really hard.
Alright, you picked the roles well. Thank you, Twinkle.
Here, Nate, this is the present I got you.
We actually did like a good thing for Nate. I'm so proud of all of us. It's a new day planner. Thanks.
You're welcome. I wish we could stay longer, but we're out of time. Please wish Nate a happy birthday on your way out.
Happy birthday, Nate. Thanks. I look so concerned and I'm just like disappearing.
Happy birthday, Nate.
Thanks. Happy birthday, Sweet Pea. Thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you. Even Everett was shooketh. Not Everett, sorry, Nate. Why did I say Everett? Everett was also shooketh.
Happy birthday, Nate.
Thank you.
It was wonderful celebrating all your birthdays with you this year. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day.
I finally changed my expression. Happy birthday, man. Thanks. A little side smirk thing is something I'm not accustomed to on you. Very interessant, as they say. Hello? A visitor? Hello? Who are you? Hello, Jerkat McGee. I'm from the main office. Okay? Did I do something wrong? No, you have a letter delivery. Sweet! Hand it over. Here you go. Have a good day. Yeah, thanks. I got a delivery? Alright, let's see what we've got here.
Congratulations! We're so proud of you for graduating and we can't wait to see you again. And don't be too disappointed that this is just a card and not a real gift. There might be something for you when we come to pick you up, Winku. Love, Mom, Dad, and Sisses.
Aw, how nice. Aw, they still know me so well. Next.
Hello, this is Greg. I was your manager at the Golden Rule Accessory. I know we didn't interact much because Adrian was the one who trained you and handled your problems, but I just wanted to congratulate you on graduating. I hope everything works out for you.
Employee of the year. So it was Greg, eh? Greg was always such a thoughtful guy. And next.
Dear Jerkat, congratulations. I can hardly believe you're already graduating. My days are going to seem so much emptier once you and everyone else are gone, but that's not what I should be writing about. This is a happy occasion, and I want you to leave this school with a smile on your face. I'm sure you'll take the world by storm once you get out of here. Just promise to take care of yourself. Mason.
Mason? Who is Mason? Okay, cool. I don't know who that is. I guess I had a secret admirer. Not surprising. I'm surprised. Mason? Oh, hello.
Ah, welcome, Miss Jerkat. A charmed afternoon to you.
Hey, Romeo.
Is something troubling you?
Yeah, I feel a little bad about how hard you're going to take what I'm about to tell you.
You are so empathetic.
I know, it's a pain to deal with sometimes. Anyways, here's the bad news. This is my last week of high school.
Truly? Congratulations, Madam Jerkat.
Thanks. At the end of this week, I'm going back home to Oregon. But I won't really have time to come to the city after today, so this is the last time we're going to see each other.
I see.
I came to say goodbye.
I am deeply touched that you would come to say farewell to the likes of me.
Oh, come on, I couldn't just disappear on you. The thought of you waiting every day, hoping that the next person who opens the door will be me, is too depressing. That is what would have happened, right?
Indeed. I have come to expect your visitations. It is saddening to hear that the day has finally come when those end.
I thought so. I'm gonna miss you too, Romeo.
You flatter me.
I don't flatter anyone. That's another person's job. You'll always be one of the most memorable people I've met out here, or possibly one of the most memorable people I've met, period.
My feelings are mutual, and I wish you the greatest of luck in your future, whatever that may be.
Thanks. What about you? When are you gonna graduate?
It won't be for a time more, a year at the very least.
Well, I guess that gives me plenty of time to come back for a visit.
Will you really?
I'll think about it. There's no guarantee.
How wondrous that would be.
Yeah, just don't count on it too much.
That I cannot do. I will be waiting on bated breath for the day that you return.
Sheesh. If talking to me means that much to you, we could always just keep in touch. Although, do you even have a phone?
I do.
Alright, let's text.
I would very much enjoy that. I can only imagine the adventures you will have in this next stage of your existence.
It's gonna be weird seeing your way of talking in text form. Hey, is it okay if I hang around the store for a little bit longer?
You are welcome to stay as long as you wish.
Thanks. I'm not ready to go just yet. Tell me something interesting or something.
I will endeavor to.
Aw, we're gonna say goodbye to people.
Welcome, Jerky. Thank you for coming.
Hey, Trent.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, you can tell me what day it is.
Sunday.
I mean the actual date.
It's the 17th.
Of what month?
July.
That's right, it's the middle of July. I'm sure you remember what that means.
It means many things.
Oh, brother, in terms of me, what does it mean? What happens for Jerkette at this time of year?
For you, summer for a young person means a break from school.
A young person? Seriously? Whatever, you got it. School is about to end and I'm graduating this year.
Wow, congratulations, Jerky.
Is that all you have to say?
You've done a good job.
No, I'm leaving at the end of this week. I'm going back to Oregon.
Are you looking forward to seeing your family again?
Yeah, but that's besides the point. This is the last time we're gonna see each other.
I made the connection.
And you've got nothing to say about that.
Do you?
Maybe. I want you to go first, though.
Well, like we established, I won't forget you.
Okay. Trent, are you gonna miss me after I'm gone or not? And not my patronage, me as a person, yes or no? Aw, he actually looks sincere.
Yes, I'll miss you.
Haha, I knew it. I don't know why that's the case, but I knew it.
What do you mean?
I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense for someone like you to want someone like me around. Although, I guess you could have just said that to be nice.
I meant it.
Does that mean you consider me a friend?
Yes, I think so.
Woo! With that said, I'll miss you too, Trent, and I also think we're friends.
That's nice.
Sheesh, I was kinda hoping you'd get emotional for once. You're parting ways with one of your only friends.
I feel sad about it.
Uh-huh. I guess that's it. I'm walking towards the door now, never to return. Here I go.
Jerky,
Yes?
since you're leaving for good, there's something I'd like to tell you. I have written about you in my journal before.
Really? What did you put?
I can't tell you that.
How come? I deserve to know.
I'm still at work. Maybe some other time.
There won't be another time. Unless, of course, we keep in touch.
I wouldn't mind that.
Really? I don't think I get you after all. But that's fine with me. Here, it's my number.
Thank you, Jerky. I'll message you sometime.
Mm-hmm, you better. If you don't, I'm gonna call this store and complain about you.
I'll remember that.
You remember everything.
True.
This is so weird. The only reason I even bothered to talk to someone like you was because I wanted to trip you and your ridiculous over-professionalism up. What a world.
And the only reason I talked to you was because I had no choice.
I knew it! You better not feel that way now.
I wouldn't have admitted that if we weren't friends.
Good. Now, how about you actually help me buy something for once?
Of course. What are you looking for?
A gift for a very strange friend I have.
If this friend is unusual even by your perspective, I'm not sure this would be the best place to pick something up.
Oh, don't worry. He's super into the Meadow department store. Trust me.
Alright.
Thanks. That's so cute. And even the small child. Sup, kid? I've got some good news for you.
Really? What is it?
I'm leaving this lame town.
What?
This is my last week of high school. After that, I'm going back to Oregon and we'll never see each other again.
Oh.
You're happy about that, aren't you? You're glad you're not gonna have to put up with my visits anymore? In a few years, you're gonna be a nasty teenager and you're probably not even gonna remember me anymore. Why do children have to grow up? I want you to be the same little child you've always been. Hey, what's wrong with you?
I don't want you to go.
Seriously?
You're dumb, but it'd be super weird if you weren't here anymore.
There, little kid. It'll be okay.
You're probably gonna die from bad luck after you leave.
Please, I'm naturally very lucky. Besides, we're being concerned for you and how sad you're gonna be. Now, would it make you feel better if I was like your pen pal or something? Would your parents even allow that? It would be a little strange for a kid to be keeping in touch with a grown-up like me.
They won't care. You can give me your number.
That's going a little far. I don't know if I want to be that girl who spends her time texting with a kid.
Just give me it. I thought we were friends.
Alright, I'll do it.
Good.
Some friend you are. I heard your brother was a looker and almost my age. Why didn't you ever introduce us?
You said he was crazy.
I can't work with that if he's gorgeous. That should be obvious to everyone.
Too bad. He wouldn't want to meet someone like you.
Someone hot and funny? Yeah, I can see why he wouldn't be interested.
He doesn't like people who are a pain.
Then how in the world does he stand you?
He loves me, that's why. But I guess if you come back sometime you could meet him.
Don't try to tempt me into visiting with the promise of cute boys. Have you no shame?
It's just if you do come back. I'm not making you do anything.
Yeah. You and your mental tricks won't get me.
So you're never coming back?
I didn't say that. I was gonna try to visit before you started with your games.
Okay, see you then.
I said I'd try. It's not a for sure thing.
Okay.
If anyone asks about who this Kayla person I'm texting is, I'm gonna tell them you're, like, an immature 17-year-old or something.
I bet they'll think I'm more grown up than you.
Ha, sure.